I was coaching a man who's 18 or so and is LDS, and he was meeting strangers on the internet for anonymous hookups. And I said, look, if you're going to be gay, go to the community college and find a gay men's group. Go join a gay group and meet people normally instead of strangers. And he was shocked that I, as a Latter-day Saint, would say, you know, this is a healthier way to be gay.
Right.
And I think it actually set him back a little bit because he was trying to figure that out. But it was definitely, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to put his life at risk.
Yeah.
You know, there are healthier ways to be gay than others, just as there are healthier ways to be heterosexual than others.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, very good. So yeah, I mean, my personal experience coming to the camp is definitely to, you know, find out what it's all about. And I'm in a journey right now, which is not like it's a brand new journey to me. I mean, I've been sort of trying to understand my experience of same-sex attraction, homosexuality, and so on in the context of Mormonism for a good 25 years. This is just the first time, like, openly, like uber openly doing it, you know, with cameras following, but at a high level of rigor and conscientiousness and reach. I mean, how many gay Mormon guys get to sit down with you personally? You know what I mean? And all the other people that I'm engaging with personally. So it's definitely an exploration, but I'm trying to apply the highest level of rigor and conscientiousness to my own experience, because obviously we're not kidding around here, you know, in terms of the stakes and what we're talking about. But I'm definitely not in a place personally of absolute sort of close-ended, determined that my feelings of same-sex attraction are absolutely unwanted, because I am still in the mode of sort of questioning the utility of perpetually not wanting them, which already some of what you've already said says, well, it's not necessarily about not wanting them, it's about putting them in sort of proper perspective and
absolutely
understanding of what they are about, what their true nature and function is.
Well, a lot of times I'll ask on a weekend, I'll ask the staff, how many of you would now say, given the life experience you've had, that same-sex attraction has been one of the great blessings of your life? And most of them will raise their hand and say yes, because having been through the journey now, they have more clarity, they've learned more about themselves, they have much closer, deeper friendships with a great world of community of men, and in other ways they've just lived their life more authentically. The men who come to the weekend and they hear that, they're just aghast. You know, it's like, how could you ever want this? How could you ever say this was good? It's like, it's become good. We've turned it into something wonderful. And that's true for me, of, you know, this wonderful community of men I know throughout the world. And they're some of the greatest men I've known, and their wives, and the connections, the heart-to-heart connections. Exactly. You don't get that in elders quorum, you know.
Sad but true. Yeah.
You know, it's not that sort of deep heart-to-heart. And you know, you walk into a room and you know something about the other man's journey, or his wife, her journey, and there's just a heart-to-heart that exists. So, you know, for me, and it's given me an opportunity, it's given me a life mission beyond anything I would have had otherwise, and it's challenged me and made me far more courageous than I ever dreamed to be as public as I am.
Right.
And so I can say it actually has become one of the greatest blessings of my life, and it's dumbfounding to think I would ever say that about it, because of what I've been able to turn it into, what God has turned it into for me.
So it's definitely not a thing to be dismissed, rejected.
No, that as long as I tried to put it in the closet and close the door and don't look at it, don't touch it, it was painful
and damaging.
Yeah, very damaging. But now it's in some ways, I'm actually far more same-sex attracted than I was before. But it's a brotherhood. It's not an erotic connection. And so before I was afraid, I've had this, you know, I'm afraid of you, stay away. I crave you, come close, kind of dynamic going on. And now it's just a vastly more healthy brotherhood. And so my life is much more what it was supposed to be for me.
Yeah, for you. And because, again, someone could say, well, I have really good same-sex relationships, brotherhoods, emotional attachments, I play sports, you know what I mean?
And I
I'm
never
still
want to
gay.
say that my life story is your solution,
Right.
you know, but don't tell me that your life story is my solution either.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I know that my life story isn't the model that fits
Right,
everybody. It's
right.
not the mold that fits everybody.
Mhm.
But there are people who say, well, it failed for me, so it must fail for everybody.
Right.
And there are people who say, well, it worked for me, so it must work for everyone. That's not true.
Yeah.
But I know that because it worked for me, and I know so many men that it worked for, that there are a lot of others that it will work for too.
Yeah.
I don't know who exactly,
Sure.
because they got to do the work.
Yeah, and
It's
you're
their
offering
journey.
it out there, and yeah, and then it's their journey. Let them do the work.
Yeah.